Hello viewers of The Pioneer, how are you doing? I hope you're healthy and well. As the Pioneer team, we continue to convey the world agenda to you. While Russia-Ukraine war continues on the one hand, interesting developments continue to take place in different parts of the world. So, what are the details about these events? Let's take a look at developments together. As the Pioneer team, we continue to bring you the Russia-Ukraine war to your screens. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. You can also support me and my team by using the super thanks button below the videos. Let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. The Middle East continues to become the center of the chaos day by day. The crisis is growing. The attacks by Iranian militias against American bases in the Middle East are deepening this crisis. It is known that there have been 150 attacks against the American military bases in recent days. The outcome of these incidents, which are a reflection of the war of custody, is not yet clear. The Tehran administration, which is trying to weaken the US influence in the region, is facing a big problem. The drone attacks on American military bases in Syria and the Jordan also support the Tehran administration's effort. This is the harbinger of a war that is approaching step by step. The Middle East has had a very eventful night recently. The news in the night hours frightened everyone. A major event took place in the Middle East, which has already become a ring of fire. The Tehran administration, trying to break the power and influence of the United States in the Middle East, carried out a highly provocation attack. 3 American soldiers lost their lives during the attack carried out by the Iranian-backed groups. This situation caused the tension between the two countries to increase even more. President Joe Biden stated that the first American victims of the increasing chaos in the region after 7 October will be avenged. He stated that the Iranian-backed groups were responsible. Iran is preparing to pay for its mistakes. The death and injuries of 3 American soldiers have caused indescribable emotion among the American people. There is close coordination between the US administration and US military. Meetings are being organized one after the other. The American staff is constantly informing the American leaders about the region and the potential of the American army. There is a lot of activity in the Pentagon. The alert level in the Middle East has been raised to the highest level. For this reason, the presence of the American Navy is being increased, especially around the Mediterranean. American bases in Iraq and Syria are also on high alert. The number of American forces in the region is being further increased. The increasing activity of the American army in the region is also unsettling the Iranian-backed militia groups. According to reports, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards have started to evacuate their bases in Syria and Iraq. The evacuation of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards bases, which have been there for a long time, clearly shows the magnitude of the panic in Iran. According to Iraqi sources, evacuations have started at many points in eastern Syria and Iraq. It is reported that Iranian-backed militia forces have also started to leave their areas. Iran's fearfulness may change the balance in the region. According to the many international experts, an active conflict is unlikely at the moment. Nevertheless, the likelihood of the conflict has increased compared to the previous days. The United States is very cautious about the highly destabilized situation in the region. According to information from the region, KC-135 area refueling tankers belonging to US military have left bases in the United States and have just arrived in Europe. The aim of these aircraft is to deploy the many locations, especially Cyprus, to ensure security in the Mediterranean. The SB-52 long-range strategic bombers from the US Air Force have already landed in Israel. This increased the pressure in Iran. Under these circumstances, Iran has 2 chances. One is to put an end to these activities with proxy forces in the region. The other is to go to the all length and fight the United States. But this is unlikely. This is because the Iranian people and economy are currently unable to sustain such a large-scale war. Iran is recognized by many countries as a powerful country, but this may not be the true in a conventional war. There are divisions within the country. In addition, many experts believe that Iran is unable to increase instability in the region. According to experts from the Iranian perspective, the threat is quite large. However, they have still not been able to give a clear response. The country that is most closely following what the United States will do in the Russian Federation, according to Russian sources, the American military is currently measuring the pulse in the region. However, this may not last long. Because the growing threat is critical for the United States and Israel. There are two plans that the American military can realize. The first is to support American allies in the region and try to reduce the activities of Iran and its proxies. The plan seems more feasible at the moment. The other plan is a direct American intervention in Iran. This intervention would bring many problems, but most importantly, it would further escalate an already tense region. This will inevitably lead to a worldwide struggle. However, this struggle will not only be between Iran and America. The worldwide experience something similar to what happened a century ago. However, it makes no sense to remain indifferent to these problems, especially when the activities of the Houthi group in the Red Sea threaten the whole world trade. It's not possible for America to remain unresponsive to these events. In addition, other countries will not remain silent. Another issue to be taken into consideration is the China-Taiwan issue. This is one of the potential conflict areas that the whole world is following. The People's Republic of China has close contacts with Iran. Both countries supported Russia during the Russia-Ukraine war. In the Middle East, both countries support the Houthi militia in Yemen. Another issue is the Turkish population living in both countries. Both China and Iran display an oppressive attitude towards the Turkish population living in their countries. Therefore, this situation brings the two countries closer to each other. In the elections held in Taiwan, where the People's Republic of China claims right and does not approve of its independence, the pro-independence political parties has recently become the first party. Therefore, this region is also in a very critical situation. Both China and Iran are about to face America and the entire Western bloc in this cage. Experts claim that the probability of such a large-scale war is not very high at the moment. However, the world is a place where balances are changing quite rapidly. Therefore, there is a possibility that these expectations of the experts may also come to naught. What do you think? In whose favor will the regional power struggle between the US and Iran end? Which option will the American army take? Do you expect a large-scale war, and how will this affect the other areas of tension? Will Iran and Iranian-backed groups continue to attack? Give your views. I read and value all of your views.